All right, my friends, we have our little December 1 haul. I did try to plan meals and then got really distracted, so it didn't go so well. So right now, this is kind of like a random haul, but we will figure out what we're going to do with it. So I'm going to talk through what I might do with it, and then I'll have a little bit of a video of like what I did with it. So raspberries were on sale for $3.85. They don't look beautiful, but you can always freeze them. King's Hawaiian rolls, because we have a little bit of ham left over from Thanksgiving, so we're probably gonna have that for dinner tonight with some broccoli and cheddar soup. You're gonna see. I have been loving bacon goudas from Starbucks, so I grabbed these. It was $4 for 8, which isn't a great price, but this is gonna save me from going to Starbucks. So it's just easier, you know. It's done. 5 cheese tortellini. I'm probably gonna make like an Italian thing with this, or you know, mix it with some meat and some sauce. So we'll figure that out. Romaine lettuce, because my husband wanted taco salads again, and then we just love Caesar salads in this house. So this is a good way to do this. Our son is obsessed. Toilet paper, because Sam's Club has the best toilet paper ever. Comment down below if you disagree, and I'd love to know why, or if you agree, because you know it's right. Winter mint chocolate. I'm going to try these. I'm hoping they're good, and I'm hoping they're good warm, because this is going to be my afternoon snack for a little bit. And then my husband's obsessed with the cafe lattes. He's almost drinking 2 of these a day just to get his protein in, and they just, I mean, it's just a really good price, really, for what it is. Mac and cheese, because my son's obsessed with mac and cheese right now. So this is just a good side dish to have in the fridge all week. Ground chicken for the taco salads. He asked for ground chicken instead of regular chicken. Cinnamon rolls were on sale, and well, it's the weekend. Grapes my son asked for because he's obsessed right now. Probably gonna make arroz con pollo with this cheese dip. And just a reminder too, this cheese dip, well, you can't see the use by date, but it stays good for a very long time. Yeah, March. So that's pretty legit. Bacon was really cheap. It was $3 a pound. So I got these for the bacon and Goudas, and I already have Gouda cheese in the fridge. Got more eggs. We have some eggs, but that'll help. And then we have been loving Italian sandwiches. So I got everything to make them. And here's the deal. So if I don't use all of this, what I'm going to end up doing is freezing it so that it's always ready for Italian sandwiches. So once I make the bread, because I make all my bread from scratch for these, then I can just grab it out. So it's all done there. So this is the other thing I'm starting to do, is getting ready for pregnancy and getting ready for postpartum. So that's the other thing. So that's why I grabbed this huge provolone. We love provolone, but I'm going to do that same thing. So I got turkey, ham, pepperonis, the big pepperonis, and salami. So these are going to be eaten, but they're also going to be taken and put into separate freezer bags so that we are ready for sandwiches. Broccoli cheddar soup, because I just can't hit this for myself for some reason. Chicken breasts, because why not? And then of course tortilla chips, our favorite. So that's the big Sam's Club haul of December 1st. And right here, I will post how much we spent. All right, my friends, so over the next few weeks, we're gonna see like a lot of getting ready for pregnancy and what I'm eating during the pregnancy. I've noticed that my pregnancy foods have changed a lot, so I kind of want to go over like second trimester and then what I kind of did for first trimester. This baby, I mean, every pregnancy is different, so this baby's taking a lot of different stuff that JJ was not. So, or that this baby is taking a lot more than our son was, our first son was. So it's kind of interesting, and I kind of want to talk about those differences. So I'll have a video about like pregnancy and supplements and things like I'm taking. Again, I am just a nutrition coach. This is my own life. This has all been approved by my gynecologist, my doctor, my team. So it's all, you know, that way. So take what you need, leave what you don't. Talk to your doctor. Yes, I am a nutrition coach. I do not have a pre or postnatal certification, but I have lived through it once, and I will be living through it the second time. So just be aware. So that's my disclaimer, but take what you need, okay? So this is our Sam's Club haul, and this is gonna be exactly what we are cooking this week with our Sam's Club haul. And so, you know, life is life, right? So not everything went the same way I had planned it. Our son got sick, and then we got sick, and things just kind of fell, you know, a little crazy.
So things changed a little bit this week, and then we ended up going to another Sam's Club haul, just a small one. I went for a book and completely forgot a book. So, pregnancy brain is all there. So I put away the groceries real quick and changed some stuff up. This week we ended up getting sick, so I ended up making chicken noodle soup, which you saw last week, and that is one of my favorite recipes in the video from last week. I made it in a crock pot. It was super yummy, but we just didn't have a appetite this week. So I'm so glad that I bought all things that really didn't go bad. Romaine lettuce can last for so long. So if you're looking for a lettuce that just lasts a while, that's one of your best bets. So I put it all away and put it all where it needs to go, in each place that it needed to go in the fridge. And then, of course, this week we ended up reevaluating, and that's okay. So just be aware that, like, when you're buying groceries and you have a meal plan, sometimes buying things that could be used a little bit farther out is helpful. So that's ended up what I ended up accidentally doing. So, it is what it is. Life happens. Kids get sick. So always be prepared. And here is the rest.
Great, so that's all that's gonna go in this fridge. The rest is gonna go out in the other fridge. Having two fridges has come in really handy, especially when we have to buy a lot of food or when I'm just like on a rampage and buying excessive amounts of food. It kind of gives me a space to put it. This kind of focus on buying small, like bigger amounts of food at once is something I'm kind of working on. I kind of love the idea of shopping once a month, but I just don't think that's a reality for us right now. I don't can things or anything or have that, so that's just not plausible right this minute, but eventually that would be my ultimate goal. We would love to live out in the country, have land, be pretty far out, so the goal would be to shop once a month, or at least especially less often, so that we're not traveling as much. I found that like there's way less food waste if I'm not shopping such big shops like once a week. So I try to do one big shop. We'll still run to Sam's Club sometimes for shakes or something like specific, but a lot of my shopping right now is one huge shop at Sam's and then a small Aldi shop or a small Kroger shop, especially when there's really good sales. So that's the other way that we save a lot of money, is doing like one huge and then making sure that most of our stuff is like a small thing, or it's just big sales, like where we can stock up on things that we need. So like right now we are out of cheese. I didn't buy cheese. I'm hoping that like shredded cheese will be on sale at Kroger, but we'll see.
Yeah, we still don't have cheese. So the second week, we ended up running to Sam's Club for, again, the books, which I didn't get, surprise. And I grabbed some stuff. I wanted to make hot cocoa mix. We needed bananas really bad. And I wanted to make waffles because that's easy. So we just grabbed a few things. So the first morning this week, I made cinnamon rolls. I threw those in a pan. The cake pan has been really great for me. You do have to cook them a little longer than, it says on the very bottom. It does say on the bottom, I think it's 15 to 17 minutes. But they have just been so good. And again, cooking bacon in the oven is my key. It just works best for our family, and it just tastes so good. Now, I did cook it at 375, so it took a little longer, but I just made it just like I make the cinnamon rolls. So that was super yummy. And there is my bacon in my cinnamon rolls. And this is how I use Alexa. I do use Alexa, and I give her specific timers. I give her a bacon timer and a cinnamon roll timer, and it does help. It helps me keep focused. I also made eggs because I really, again, wanted to make those bacon Gouda sandwiches, and I really just was craving bacon Gouda. So I threw my eggs in a 9x13. I had, put some olive oil on the pan because I'm still out of my avocado oil, which I'm running to Aldi this week, so I'll grab some of that. And all I did was take a whisk and just whisk it all up. It was just the easiest way to do that and to make eggs all at once. I didn't feel like making specific eggs for specific things, and I wanted to have them ready so that when my husband woke up later, he could grab them, because we were running to do something for the church, so I knew that if it was ready to go, he would have food. And just making it simple and easy for me. Gouda cheese, one of my favorite things, and I did use my cheese grinder, like for Parmesan. Do not use that for Gouda, just so you know. It is way too soft. Learned my lesson the hard way that time. So I did pour some cheese on top, let it cook, again at 375. I do just like to choose whatever's the easiest temperature for all the things. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but that is what I did this week. So there's our bacon Gouda sandwiches, and honestly, those didn't last as long as I thought they were going to. I ended up using four of these to make the Italian sandwiches because I had the extra meat, and you're going to see me prep those in a little bit. But you just kind of have to make it work for what works best for your family, and just know that you have to be ready to pivot and change. And I know that's not an easy thing to do, especially when it comes to meal prep. So if you need support with that, I really do love helping with that. Meal prep's one of my favorite things. So, and of course we're potty training, so you got to potty train in the middle of a video, right? So we're doing that, and he is getting very frustrated with me because he wants the food to be done right now. I'm sure we all deal with, 2-year-olds wanting it, and of course, icing and cinnamon rolls. He knows exactly what's in there. So here's our cinnamon rolls. I let those cool for a really long time and then threw some icing on top, and then me and my son ate those while we were getting ready to leave. And then my husband ate some when he woke up. And our bacon looks amazing. Threw that on some plates with our paper towels like usual. I feel like I'm making the same things for the weeks, but this is reality. I like to make the same things. So there's our ciabatta bread, and I actually ended up storing the bacon on top of the eggs in the fridge. Worked out beautifully. So the next day, I was really like ready to prep. Like I was ready. It was Monday afternoon, and I just was stressed about everything. So I just wanted to get something done. So this is what I did. I took the ground chicken that was in the freezer and had put it in the fridge 2 days before, and started the ground chicken. Cooked all the ground chicken, grabbed some black beans from the freezer, threw those in too. I did get the stuff out to make Alfredo, so that it was prepped and kind of starting to like melt. And I didn't love my Alfredo sauce, which I'll explain later, but I do love making Alfredo sauce with coconut milk, but I usually use coconut cream, and I did not have any, come to find out, but that's okay. So life is life, but it is what it is. So mushed up all that, and then I also took this time while this was cooking to prep the Italian sandwiches. So I took my gallon-sized Ziploc bags, wrote Italian sub on them, and then I prepped them for that. So I put the ham, the salami, the turkey, and the pepperoni all in there, so that was ready to go. And I know a lot of people would say, oh my gosh, you went to Sam's and you bought these huge things of meat. So that is why I did that. I did buy extra so that I could prep it later. And then that way, whenever we want Italian subs, I can just grab everything out. We did notice that the subs are kind of a struggle right now for our stomachs, just from being sick and getting back to normal. So that is another reason that I just prepped all that and put it in the fridge. I left out a little bit of provolone cheese, a little bit of salami, and a little bit of pepperoni for my son's lunches, just so he has a snack if he really, really wants one. But once I got the Italian subs to good to go, it was great. Then I took some of the pepperoni and the salami, and I laid it down. I'm hoping that it'll freeze really well like this, and we'll see what happens, and I will get back to you on whether or not this is working or not. But I do know that with my chocolate chip cookies, I do freeze them in the balls, and that way I can pull out as many as we want to cook. So that is what I'm attempting to do with the salami and the pepperoni, so that if we wanted to make, say, a pizza or something specific along those lines, that's what I'll be doing. The meat was done halfway through, so I stopped, fixed that, added some taco seasoning and the black beans, and let that continue to cook. When I drained it, I did add water to the pan, especially because it's my cast iron. It just needed a little bit of extra water to absorb all that taco seasoning. So then I take the pepperonis and I lay them. I probably did like 6 or 10. Well, I did the provolone cheese first. I probably did 6 or 10, but that way I can hopefully just pull them out. And I laid them flat in my freezer. So I really do hope that works. We'll see what happens, and I'll get back to you on whether or not that actually was a great idea or not. But it's just kind of an easy way to do. You also see my garlic to the right. I leave garlic in the freezer. I bought the little bag from Aldi pre-done, and it just seems to work best for our family. And I can always grab out garlic when needed. Also, not feeling the best today, so grabbed a Canada dry ginger ale. Usually I like the zero, but I did not have that on hand. So I was getting this all ready and prepped, and the taco meat is for my husband to have taco salads. He's been really wanting the ground versus the actual chicken like I usually do, so I just switched it up a little bit for him. And then I grabbed out my huge pack of chicken from Sam's. And you know what? Everybody looks at me and say, oh my gosh, it's huge. Well, guess what? This is what feeds our family. So I prepped 5 pieces of chicken in this and also made my son a Pedialyte popsicle in the middle. I prepped 5 pieces of chicken in the actual, I think it's a 8x8 or 8x10. I don't know. It's a smaller, it's not a 9x13, but it's a little smaller. And I prepped the Parmesan crusted chicken, which is our favorite. That's the mayonnaise, the Parmesan cheese, and laid that down and got that prepped. So prepped all that and actually cooked it then this night. This night I cooked that, and it made it really nice because it was already ready and to go. So I was able to grab it out last night and throw it together. That was Tuesday night because we had a late night for my son. He had his Christmas program. So it was a great time to be able to just like grab that out and be ready. I also took the rest of our chicken and just diced it. That's all I did. Some of it's a little still frozen, which actually made it a lot easier to cut, just a thought. And I just diced all of this chicken and put it on a sheet pan. I got my oven up to 400. Again, just pick whatever temperature works best for the things that you need in there. Cinnamon rolls clearly need 375. Chicken does better at 400. And I know my Parmesan crusted chicken would do great at 400 too. So I just cut the chicken, diced it all up, and then that way it's always ready. I have noticed lately that not having a protein stresses me out. Especially when I'm trying to pack my husband's lunch and we're like really running late or something, and we're at that point where he just like really needs something right now. I can just grab out chicken now. So it's just right there. It's good to go. It's diced, it's sliced, it's ready to go, and it's super yummy. So all I did was dice all this chicken, put it on 400. I cooked it for 25-30 minutes maybe. I did use my timer, and that really helped. I mean my temperature thing, and that really helped me make sure that all of it was cooked to 165. And of course I put the blend seasoning because that's my favorite. So I did grab that the other day at Sam's too because we were running really, really low. So you could use whatever seasoning you want, or you could season it all differently, whatever works best for your family. But for me, it was just, this is easy. And then that way I could make stir fries, and I added it to our Parmesan, our Alfredo, and then I could add it to a salad and make chicken Caesar salads. So just make it easy, make it work. I also made my Alfredo. This is my dad's recipe. It's a half a cup of butter, so a whole stick of butter. And then coconut milk. I use coconut milk. I would use coconut cream next time, not coconut milk. You could also use heavy cream, 2 cups of heavy cream. I just use a can of coconut milk. And then white pepper, as much as you really need, seasoned wise, about half a teaspoon, salt, and then let that boil. Let that come to a boil, and then let it simmer for about 8 minutes like that. I took Parmesan and freshly grated it over here in this bowl, and then I just kind of guesstimated about 2 cups and threw it all in. You do take it off the heat to throw the Parmesan in. You don't want it to overheat, and you don't want it to go crazy. But it's a really easy Alfredo sauce that just tastes really good. And I'll put all this in a short, or I'll put it all in the description. It's super easy. My dad has it on sticky notes, so that's kind of how I find my recipe. But I just mixed the Parmesan in, made sure it was really nice and mixed. And this one did not thicken like I wanted it to because it had the coconut milk and not the coconut cream, but it is what it is. We just don't do great with heavy cream in our family, so I didn't do heavy cream in this, and I would usually do coconut cream. Put it back on the heat and then let it kind of come back. It worked out beautifully, so it was good. It still tasted good, just wasn't as thick as I wanted it to. Finishing up my chicken using my favorite little piece, and then I have all of our meat ready. So all that is weighed out 6 ounces for my husband. Chicken's ready. Alright, so we've got 4 meals made. This is one entire meal for both of us, about 16 ounces of the taco meat, 30 ounces of chicken pre-made and ready to go. We are having tonight tortellini with Alfredo and broccoli. My Alfredo's not the best, but we'll see what happens. Parmesan crusted chicken for tomorrow. And then this is my husband's, mine, and our son's. I have 6 ounces, 8 ounces, and then a few, just 3 or 4 ounces of that. And I'll add 1 cup of pasta each, maybe 2, and then some broccoli. All right, my friends, so there it is, that big meal prep, and here's everything prepped to go. I also have made you a little meal prep calendar and a grocery list and snacks. I think this is an easy thing to download, so it's in my description below, and I hope you enjoy. Here is everything all at once. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bye, guys.